Good morning, everyone. As you look out your window today, you might notice the sky looks a little more dramatic than usual for this time of year. October is typically when hurricane season starts to wind down, but this year, the tropics are defying expectations and staying incredibly active. Instead of the usual calm, we're seeing a flurry of storms and weather systems developing across the Atlantic and beyond. Right now, we're tracking not just one, but several major weather players, a named storm spinning in the Atlantic, a brewing disturbance in the Bay of Campeche, and a powerful cold front sweeping down over the southeast United States, all happening at the same time. This isn't your typical October weather, it's more like a complex puzzle, with each system interacting and influencing the others in ways that make forecasting especially challenging. The main culprit? Unusually warm ocean waters and shifting atmospheric patterns. These conditions are creating rare opportunities for storms to form and intensify, even as we move deeper into fall. The impacts could be far-reaching. From the Caribbean islands all the way up to the U.S. East Coast, millions of people could feel the effects of these storms, whether it's heavy rain, strong winds, or dangerous surf. In this update, we'll break down exactly what's happening with Tropical Storm Jerry, the disturbance in the Gulf, and that early-season chill brought on by the cold front. Plus, we'll take a look at long-range forecasts and signals that suggest this unusually active pattern could stick around through the end of the month, possibly even through Halloween. So, let's get you up to speed on everything you need to know to stay safe and prepared during this unpredictable stretch of weather. We'll cover who needs to be on alert, what you can expect in the coming days, and the best ways to get ready, whether you're at home, at work, or traveling. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the wild and unpredictable October weather that's unfolding right now. Stay tuned as we break down each system, explain what it means for you and your community, and help you navigate this unusually active October sky. First up, Tropical Storm Jerry is gaining strength in the central Atlantic, drawing the attention of meteorologists and residents alike. The system has been steadily organizing over the past 24 hours, with satellite imagery showing a broad area of thunderstorms and swirling clouds. With winds now reaching up to 60 mph, Jerry has prompted tropical storm watches for the Leeward Islands, including Antigua, Barbuda, and St. Kitts. These islands are no strangers to tropical weather, but each new storm brings its own set of challenges and uncertainties. Residents are being urged to prepare for strong winds, heavy rainfall, and the possibility of flash flooding within the next 48 hours. Local officials are advising everyone to secure loose objects, stock up on essentials, and review emergency plans as the storm approaches. Jerry's forecast remains tricky. While the storm appears somewhat disorganized at the moment, forecasters say conditions could become more favorable for strengthening as it tracks northward over warmer waters and encounters less wind shear. Some computer models hint at further intensification, suggesting Jerry could become a stronger tropical storm in the coming days. However, a major hurricane is unlikely at this stage, thanks to some limiting factors in the atmosphere. The main threats from Jerry will be gusty winds capable of downing power lines, power outages, flash flooding in low-lying areas, and dangerous surf along the coastlines. Residents should also be aware of the risk of mudslides in hilly terrain. Even if Jerry doesn't reach hurricane status, impacts will be significant for the islands. Emergency crews are already on standby, and some communities are considering voluntary evacuations in flood-prone zones. After passing near the islands, Jerry is expected to turn north, steered by a developing weather system that's also bringing a surge of cold air to the eastern United States. This steering pattern will play a key role in keeping Jerry away from the U.S. mainland. While the storm should remain over open waters after its brush with the islands, it will continue to generate high waves and rough seas across much of the Atlantic, posing hazards to shipping and marine interests. For now, all eyes are on the Leeward Islands as they brace for Jerry's arrival. Communities are coming together, sharing updates and helping neighbors get ready for whatever the storm may bring. Stay alert, follow local guidance, and keep your emergency kits handy. Officials will continue to provide updates as the situation evolves. We'll keep tracking Jerry's every move, bringing you the latest forecasts and safety information as the storm develops. And coming up, we'll take a closer look at how Jerry could interact with other tropical systems in the Atlantic, and what that could mean for the rest of hurricane season. Shifting west, we're watching a low-pressure area in the Bay of Campeche. It's unlikely to become a named storm, but it will bring heavy rain to eastern Mexico. 4 to 8 inches of rain could fall, with higher amounts in the mountains, raising the risk of flash floods and mudslides. Even without a name, this system is dangerous for Veracruz, Tabasco, and nearby regions. Residents should stay alert for local warnings and be ready to move if flooding occurs. The Bay of Campeche is known for quick changes, so conditions can shift rapidly. We'll monitor this system as it moves inland over the next couple of days. Flooding is the main threat. Don't underestimate it. Now, let's talk about a rare October cold front sweeping across the eastern US. This isn't just a cool down, it's a winter-like blast of cold, dry air straight from Canada. Temperatures will drop sharply, bringing a crisp autumn feel deep into the southeast and even parts of the Caribbean. The front's reach is extraordinary, pushing dry air as far south as Jamaica and Central America. Driven by a deep dip in the jet stream, this front will flip the switch from late summer to mid-autumn overnight. Expect clear skies, low humidity, and chilly nights across the southeast. But this front's impact goes beyond comfort. It will play a major role in shaping the rest of hurricane season. Its influence will temporarily suppress tropical development in our region. Enjoy the cool weather, but stay tuned for how this pattern could shift the season's trajectory. The story doesn't end here. How does a cold front affect hurricane season? It's all about cutting off the fuel. Hurricanes need warm, moist air, but this front brings cold, dry, stable air, shutting down storm development. High wind shear from the jet stream will also make the environment hostile for any tropical systems. The result? A temporary pause in Caribbean storm activity from October 12th to 17th. This is a big shift in the forecast, showing how mid-latitude weather can control the tropics. The sinking air behind the front suppresses thunderstorms, capping the basin for several days. But this shutdown won't last forever. As the front fades and warmth returns, the tropics could quickly rebound. The next window for development: October 17th to 23rd. The front disrupts things now, but sets the stage for late-month action. Stay alert for what could come next. Behind the scenes, a powerful climate pattern is at work. The Madden-Julian Oscillation, or MJO. The MJO is a wave of enhanced thunderstorms that circles the tropics, creating prime conditions for storm formation. Right now, a strong MJO phase is moving into the Atlantic, setting the stage for late-season activity. This pattern could linger for weeks, making the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico ripe for development. Once the cold front's effects fade, the MJO will create a window for new storms to form. Long-range forecasts support this, with another MJO pulse possible around Halloween. The message: don't let your guard down. The season isn't over yet. The MJO is a major player, and its timing could mean more storms ahead. While the tropics are busy with their own storms, a powerful non-tropical system is set to develop just off the U.S. East Coast, a so-called pseudo-nor'easter. This type of storm isn't quite a classic nor'easter, but it shares many of the same dangerous characteristics, making it a serious threat for millions along the shoreline. Fueled by the dramatic clash of chilly air sweeping down from the north and the lingering warmth of Atlantic waters, this system will generate powerful onshore winds and pounding surf. From the beaches of Florida all the way up to New England, coastal communities can expect rough seas, high waves, and gusty winds that could last for days. Coastal erosion is a major concern, as relentless waves eat away at already vulnerable shorelines. Dangerous rip currents will make swimming hazardous, and beaches still recovering from previous storms could see even more damage. In Florida, persistent easterly winds will push water inland, worsening river flooding, especially along the St. Johns River, where water levels are already high. Residents in flood-prone areas should be on alert for rapidly changing conditions. This is shaping up to be a classic, compound, flooding event, where coastal storm surge and swollen rivers combine to create even greater impacts. The risk of flooding is heightened when these forces overlap, threatening homes, roads, and infrastructure. Meanwhile, as Tropical Storm Jerry tracks northward, it's expected to be absorbed by this larger system. The merger will inject even more energy and moisture, making the pseudo-nor'easter stronger and more unpredictable. This is a textbook example of how tropical and non-tropical systems can interact, merging to create major weather events that are more intense than either system alone. The resulting storm could bring heavy rain, strong winds, and widespread impacts. Residents up and down the East Coast should take this threat seriously. Prepare for high water, secure property, and stay informed as conditions can change quickly. Local officials may issue warnings or evacuation orders if flooding worsens. The interaction between these powerful storms will shape the weather for much of the week, bringing unsettled conditions and the potential for rapid changes in forecast. We'll be closely tracking the impacts as they unfold. Stay tuned for the latest updates and safety information as this dynamic situation develops. This late October setup feels familiar. It's similar to the pattern that produced major hurricanes Helene and Milton in 2024. Both storms formed late in the season in the Western Caribbean, fueled by a favorable MJO and a Central American gyre. These storms rapidly intensified, showing what's possible when the right ingredients come together. The current forecast shares many of those characteristics: warm waters, low shear, and a potential gyre forming after the cold front passes. History tells us the Western Caribbean is a hotspot for powerful late-season hurricanes. Don't become complacent. October can still deliver major storms. Stay prepared and vigilant until the season officially ends. So, what does all this mean? October is shaping up to be anything but typical. We're in a dynamic, unpredictable pattern. Everyone needs to stay alert. Watch for immediate threats from Jerry and heavy rain in Mexico, then shift focus to the Caribbean after October 17th. The battle between a winter-like cold front and a strong MJO will determine what happens next. This creates uncertainty, but also the potential for rapid storm development. Don't put away your hurricane kits yet. The season isn't over. Even non-tropical systems like the pseudo-nor'easter can bring major impacts. Stay tuned to local forecasts and be ready for anything. The clash of seasons is creating a volatile atmosphere over the Atlantic. We have immediate threats, a brief lull, and a significant long-range risk. Hurricane season runs through November. Sometimes the biggest storms come late. We'll be here tracking it all for you, every step of the way.